What are your favorite hobbies? Have you ever tried drawing? When I was just a little girl, I remember picking up a pencil for the first time, not knowing that it would become a tool to unlock a world of creativity within me. I started with simple doodles, but as I grew, so did my passion for art. It was like a spark ignited within me that has been burning brightly ever since. Drawing became my go-to activity during free time, my escape on gloomy days, and my celebration on joyful ones. It was more than just a hobby. It was a friend that never left my side. I found solace in the gentle rhythm of my pencil moving across the paper, creating something beautiful from a blank canvas. Over time, I realized that drawing wasn't just about creating pretty pictures. It was a way to express my thoughts, feelings, and experiences. It was a silent language that spoke louder than words. With every stroke of my pencil, I was telling a story, sharing a piece of my world. As I grew older, my love for drawing evolved. It became a form of meditation, a way to relax and focus my mind. The outside world would fade away, leaving only me, my thoughts, and the canvas in front of me. It was a moment of calm in the hustle and bustle of daily life. But perhaps the greatest joy of drawing is the sense of accomplishment when a piece is completed. It's the satisfaction of seeing an idea, a vision, come to life on paper. It's a testament to the power of creativity and imagination. Drawing has taught me patience, persistence, and the courage to express myself. It has shown me that beauty can be found in the simplest of things, and that we all have the ability to create something from nothing. Drawing isn't just a hobby for me, it's a way to express myself and unwind after a long day. So, whether you're an artist or not, I encourage you to pick up a pencil and discover the joy of art for yourself. You might be surprised at what you can create. Have you ever felt a connection with a musical instrument? This question may seem peculiar to some, but for those of us who have found solace in the harmonious strings of a guitar or the resonating keys of a piano, it makes perfect sense. My journey with music began quite unexpectedly. It was a regular day, and as I was rummaging through a box of old items, I stumbled upon an old, dusty violin. Intrigued, I picked it up and felt an immediate connection. It was as if the violin was a long-lost friend, waiting to share its stories. And so I decided to learn how to play it. Learning to play a musical instrument is no small feat. It requires dedication, patience, and a lot of practice. The first few days were challenging. My fingers ached, and the sounds that emanated from the violin were anything but musical. But I didn't let that deter me. I knew the journey to mastery would be tough, but I was ready for the challenge. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, I started to notice improvement. The jarring sounds slowly transformed into melodious tunes. The violin and I were finally starting to communicate. It was as if we were speaking a universal language, one that didn't need words. It's a language of emotion, of passion, and of expression. Playing the violin became a way for me to express my feelings, my thoughts, and my emotions. It became a way for me to connect with myself and with the world around me. The more I played, the more I understood the power of music. It can uplift spirits, soothe souls, and bring people together. It's an experience that's hard to put into words. There's an indescribable joy in creating music. Every note tells a story, every melody paints a picture. It's a world where you can lose yourself, and yet find yourself at the same time. Playing music is more than just a hobby. It's a language that everyone can understand. It's a universal language, a bridge that connects hearts and minds, and I feel incredibly fortunate to be able to speak it. Do you enjoy trying new recipes and creating delicious dishes? I certainly do, and I'd love to share with you how I discovered this delightful hobby. It all began one day when I was home alone and had to cook my own meal. The kitchen, which had always been a mysterious place for me, suddenly turned into a playground. I started experimenting with different ingredients, spices, and cooking techniques. I was amazed at how a few simple ingredients could be transformed into a flavorful dish. It felt like magic, and I was the magician. Cooking allows me to be both creative and adventurous. When I'm in the kitchen, I feel like an artist, using different ingredients as my colors and the plate as my canvas. I love to experiment with different cuisines, trying to recreate dishes from around the world. One day I could be preparing a spicy curry from India, and the next day I might be making a delicate French pastry. The possibilities are endless. However, the real joy of cooking comes from sharing. There's a unique pleasure in seeing the smiles on people's faces when they taste your food. It's a way of expressing love and care, and it's amazing how a simple meal can bring people together. Whether it's a family dinner, a gathering with friends, or even a meal for a stranger in need, Cooking has the power to create connections and spread happiness. Cooking also teaches me patience and attention to detail. Every ingredient has a role to play, and every step in the process matters. It's a constant learning experience, and with each dish I prepare, I feel like I'm becoming a better cook. And let's not forget, cooking is a practical hobby too. We all need to eat, and knowing how to cook means we can always prepare a meal that's both tasty and nutritious. It's a skill that's useful in daily life, and it can even save us money. In conclusion, cooking is more than just a hobby for me. It's a form of art, an adventure, a way to connect with others, and a life skill. Cooking isn't just about feeding yourself, it's about exploring new flavors and bringing people together. Have you ever planted a seed and watched it grow? There's something truly magical about gardening. It begins with a tiny seed, barely visible to the naked eye, and with a little care and patience, it transforms into a beautiful, living thing. The journey from seed to plant has taught me a lot about patience and the appreciation for nature. My journey with gardening started quite simply. I was given a small pot and a few seeds. I remember the thrill of seeing the first tiny green shoot pushing its way out of the soil. It was a moment of pure joy and accomplishment. It was then that I realized gardening was not just about growing plants, but also about nurturing life. Gardening, for me, has always been a peaceful hobby. The process of preparing the soil, planting the seeds, watering them, and then waiting for them to grow requires patience. It's a slow, tranquil process that contrasts sharply with the fast-paced world we live in. Every time I step into my garden, I feel a sense of calm and tranquility wash over me. But gardening is not just about patience and tranquility. It's also about understanding and appreciating nature. It's about learning how different plants grow, what they need to thrive, and how they interact with each other and the environment. This knowledge has deepened my appreciation for the natural world, and it's something I carry with me wherever I go. Gardening also offers a tangible sense of accomplishment. When you see the fruits of your labor, literally and figuratively, it's an incredibly rewarding experience. Whether it's a flower blooming, a vegetable ripening, or a tree growing taller, each is a testament to the care and effort you've put into your garden. And so, gardening is more than just a hobby for me. It's a way to connect with nature, to find peace in a busy world, and to cultivate a sense of accomplishment. Gardening is more than just a hobby. It's a way to connect with nature and find peace in a busy world. So, these are some of my favorite hobbies. What about yours? We've journeyed through art, music, cooking, and gardening, each one a unique path to personal growth and joy. Remember, hobbies are more than just ways to pass the time. They're opportunities to explore your interests, develop new skills, and discover your potential.